You need to prioritize you. No one else is going to do that. Not your parents, not your partners, not your friends. How to be happy as an adult? It's a hard question to answer, honestly. Because the thing is, it's a balance. It's a balancing act where you're trying to appease all the people that you care about, all the people that you love. Everyone, at least for me, wants something from you all the time. I say that with love. Whether that's just communication or supporting them somehow. You're trying to appease your daily responsibilities, like making money, having your, keeping your job, doing errands around the house, making sure your life is running. And then on top of all that, taking care of yourself, feeding yourself, preferably healthy. Try to go to the gym consistently, walk every day. Self-care for me is socializing enough, at least, as often as I can. And also learning to say no, because oh my god, as a people pleaser, I'm so bad at that. It's hard to juggle, okay? It is hard. Because I'm a millennial, and I feel like our generation a lot of times gets shit from like parents and grandparents for not being responsive enough, not texting back immediately, not being at their every beck and call. Like, that's been my experience with the generation above me. Do you know how much energy that takes? Do you know how much our phones are going off all day, every day? I have everything muted. Everything and everyone, because I go crazy if not. I have my ringtone on silent, not even vibrate. But seriously, I guess what I'm trying to say is, lately especially, and I don't know if it's just because I'm like turning 31 this year in a month, and I'm solidly in my 30s now, and I'm just thinking about everything, or because I'm burnt out, because I am. I'm working multiple jobs right now. There's a lot going on. A lot of the people I love have a lot going on, and it feels like they're demanding a lot of support from me that it's hard to say no to, even if I can't always provide that. I'm learning this lesson, and I figure it's a good one to shout out into the universe. You need to prioritize you. No one else is going to do that. Not your parents, not your partners, not your friends. You need to prioritize yourself. And I'm not very good at doing that, but I'm learning that you have to do that. That's what life is about. You have to be happy. You have to take care of yourself. And if you do that first, then you can be there for other people. Then you can enjoy life and actually live life, which is the goal, right? I'm home now, trying to gather my thoughts because I feel like this video has been all over the place, and I want to make sense because I feel like this is an important thought that I need to get out on my channel. So, what's the point of all this? Well, I want to get consistent on YouTube. I know I keep saying that. This is video number 3. I've been MIA for months or weeks. But I want to get consistent on YouTube. I want to get consistent on Instagram. And more specifically, I want to get consistent with pursuing music. Because that is something I have wanted and come back to over and over again since I was like 11, and I'm 30 now. I'm going to be 31 this year. So I need to prioritize that. I need to prioritize myself. And that is what I'm going to do this year. I've learned to be consistent more or less at the gym. I've learned to feed myself more or less more healthily. I've learned to walk and get outside time and get my body moving every day, get the sunshine. Those things I feel like I've reached a point where I can get. And I feel like those are the bare minimum, honestly, of just basic self-care. So now that I've kind of figured that and established that, which was kind of my goal for the past year since I turned 29, or turned 30, I guess. I found notes to myself in my email from like a year ago saying I want to learn how to do all of that and do it consistently and not be afraid to, form a habit and fall off for a day or two, but be able to come back even if it's not like the best workout of my life every time or the best meal I've had health-wise or whatever. It's okay, balance in that sense, I've mastered. But balance in every other part of my life, in terms of, I need to figure out the balance of prioritizing myself in terms of my goals, my hobbies, my ambitions, career-wise, life-wise, because I am a lot less of a people pleaser than I used to be, or at least a little less. I did therapy in my 20s. I learned to say no. I learned to set boundaries, at least to a degree. But I have not been exercising those powers as much as I should. And I need to learn to, instead of putting things on my plate from other people, take those off and put things on my plate that are my priorities, or that I want to prioritize, and not feel guilty about it. Because that's just something I need to work on. I can't just be at everyone else's beck and call. And they're not asking me to be, I mean, sometimes they are asking me to be, but the point is, I need to not feel guilty even then about shutting everyone out, shutting the world out, and focusing on my goals. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm proud of myself, okay? I picked up the camera today. I said, I'm gonna film. I need to get back on YouTube. I need to get back to doing creative stuff and making my mark on the internet, I guess, which sounds so cringy, but that's something I've wanted to try to do. So here we are. And this is you witnessing me making a commitment to myself. So this year, here's the deal. Year 31. Well, I'm not going to say that because I'm not 31 quite yet, and I'm starting now. But the year going into 31, and, the year of 31, I'm going to post consistently on YouTube, post consistently on Instagram, practice my vocals, my voice exercises, my piano, my guitar, do music gigs consistently, post covers consistently, post on Instagram, all the platforms, make my voice heard in the way that I want it to be heard, and prioritize myself. And on top of that, I am going to continue going back to the basics and taking care of myself and my body. And I'll talk more about this in another video, but I have Hashimoto's, so that's made focusing on my health a requirement. Speaking of health, the sun is going down. It's 7 something. So I'm going to go for a walk while the light is still there and leave you guys with this message. Well, when I get to editing it and releasing it on YouTube, hopefully in a couple weeks. It's March right now. You're probably going to see this in early April. Thanks for listening. If you're here on this channel, thank you. Subscribe. Leave a comment below if you're also trying to set new goals for yourself or prioritize yourself this year. Like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching me try to do this whole YouTube journey thing. I don't know what I'm doing, but hopefully it's fun looking back at these one day and seeing what I was thinking. And hopefully by then I will have a music career. Peace out.